right. Hello, and additionally on top of that, hello. This is me killing time for the last couple seconds of the ad break. There it is. Hello, and welcome to the Shark Stream. It's me, it's your boy, it's Gage. I hope you've been enjoying the dulcet tones of the Dynamite Heady soundtrack. I swear to God, if I ever got a chance to commission a musician for a theme song for my stream, which I might do one day so that I can stop using, like, copyrighted music that I am only just barely being allowed to use, I would probably want to get it done in the Genesis sound font. I feel I have a very deep affinity for the Genesis sound font. Hello, Lila. Hello, Esamuka. Welcome to the Shark Stream. It's good to see you both. It is Thursday, which means it's time for some Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood. Absent for so long. You've gone old? Why have I gone old? I'm talking about, like, the Genesis sound. I like the Genesis sound font. I like the Genesis. I might be doomed. I've created a backstory for my wool. Lila, I'm gonna be real with you. If there was if there was ever a month to do it, it's this month, because Final Fantasy XIV Rite has begun. The 30-day challenge where every day you get one new prompt to craft a fanfic centered in Final Fantasy XIV. I have thus far done none of them, because I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I'm feeling it this year. Unfortunately. Like, and it's almost entirely just because of, like, the last couple weeks. I've had a lot of stuff grind me down recently that I just haven't been able to, like, muster up the, like, energy to do anything with FF14, right? It's unfortunate, because I really enjoyed it last year, and there's so much new shit to work with this year, with just, like, the end of the Endwalker patches, the start of Dawn Trail, everything that came about from that. But it's been a rough couple of weeks, I'm gonna be entirely honest. And I don't know if I got it in me. But the first week doesn't have any sort of deadline on any of the prompts. So there's the absolute possibility that I may just knock 7 of them out, like, towards the end of the week. And continue from there. I don't know yet. So far, nothing really has jumped out at me. It's not like how, like, last year I was just like, I didn't know if I was going to do FF14 right last year. And then, like, the very first prompt was just like, hey, you have something you want to do for this. I was just like, oh, fuck. And so that's where we are. Something happened with my points. I had 50k and now it's gone. I'm not lie. Fucked up if true. I don't know how I can do anything about that, unfortunately. Sorry. As long as you don't force yourself, that's what truly matters. Yeah. And I don't want to force myself, but also, like, part of it is just... Because part of FF14, right, is... like, using it as sort of, like, practice to, like, just kind of getting yourself to write, you know? Like, it's not so much that, like, everything that you need to make every single day of the month has to be an absolute banger, although all of mine are. No, I'm kidding. It's about writing something, you know? But I don't know. Natalie started in on it. I haven't read her stuff yet. I want to, because Natalie's writing is fan-fucking-tastic, and if you've never read her writing, you should. You are depriving yourself of one of the greats of our generation. But yeah. We've also got a live letter has been announced for, God, what is it, September 28th? Which is kind of funny. I was discussing with friend of the stream, Lucas, the other day, how he was talking about how, like, we haven't heard any news of, like, a live letter recently. And I was just like, yeah, no, it's weird. And then like that, like half an hour later, they announced when the live letter was gonna happen. So that was very funny. But I'm excited to see what comes up in that live letter because, like, yeah, you know, Dawn Trail is still pretty fresh, you know? We're only in, like, what, 7.05 at this point? 7.01, roughly. And it's only been out for, like, a couple months now. So we do need to start thinking about, like, hey, when's 7.1 gonna hit? And, like, that's also weird to think about. Because it's just like, once the patches start coming out, it's just like, oh man, that means we're on the road to 8.0. And just like, what the fuck are they gonna do for 8.0? What the fuck? Whatever they do, I'm excited. Because I've talked about this before. I really like Dawn Trail. I think it's my favorite expansion. And if you think that says something about me, you're right. It says that I have good taste. But today, we're here to dive into some more side content for Stormblood. Last week, we finished up the normal raid series, which was the Omega raids. This week, we're starting the Alliance raid series. And the Alliance raids for Stormblood are interesting. They're not my favorite, because my favorite are the Nier raids from Shadowbringers, which I've been kicking around the idea in my head. I'm probably going to be doing Yorha Dark Apocalypse again. I know I played through those already when I did my Nier playthroughs, but the Nier raids are also very good. You need to understand. They're peak. But on that note, the Ivalice raids for Stormblood, Return to Ivalice is the name of the raid series, is also just, like, interesting. Just because of, like, the setting, the characters, and just everything about it. Like, I like the Ivalice raids. I think the fact that they do something interesting is just so much more than, like, some of the raid series that, like, I'm not super interested in. Like, I would say fucking Crystal Tower I've run so many goddamn times, and it's just like, I mean, yeah, it gave us Grahatia, and it'll always have a place in the hearts of the masses for that. Excuse me. But, like, it's also Crystal Tower, you know? I'm not trying to disparage it or anything, but it is Crystal Tower. And then fucking Void Ark. I don't like Void Ark, is the thing. I don't hate Void Ark, but it's just like, I don't like that series of raids, really. Like, they're just kind of dull to me. And not even getting into the Endwalker raids, which are cool, and I got emotional, but it's just like, I would say you put the Endwalker raids up against, like, Return to Ivalice or Yorha Dark Apocalypse, and it's just like, the others are just so much cooler. I'm sorry. Alright. So, we should probably go ahead and get in here. 1 second. Oh, we got 15 seconds. But yeah, Yorha Dark Apocalypse's peak. I would say Return to Ivalice is a solid second place, personally. That's how I feel about it. All right. So here we are in Kagane, which is where we're going to be starting our journey. We gotta talk to, not the company chest. This guy, K10. For ages 10 and up. Dramatis personae. K10 knows of someone seeking your acquaintance. Welcome, milady. There's a young maiden here who would speak with you. Oh? Miss, the adventurer has arrived. Hey, girl, hey. How you doing? Question mark?
And here she is, the liberator of both Doma and Alamigo in the flesh. I am Lena Murila, the correspondent for the Raven. You may recognize me from my expose on the secret lives of the homunculi.
Yeah, absolutely.
But enough small talk. It's not for nothing that I've been standing here since yesterday morning on the off chance you'd pass by.
You've been what?
For little old me? Uh-huh. No, I'm here because... Actually, it's best you heard it from Alma. I am but an observer.
Alma? Like from First Encounter Assault Recon? She's not gonna melt my skin off, is she?
Alma, come here! I've found her!
Hello, child.
Is this the adventurer of whom you spoke? Uh-huh. Indeed it is.
Yes, hello, I am adventurer.
Please, I beg of you, find my father. You are his only hope.
Oh, okay, just right out the gate.
It's all right, Alma. We are attracting unwanted attention. Might I suggest a change of venue? We will await you aboard the Prima Vista. The theater barge has a berth at the airship landing.
Okay.
Blah, 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 blah. Okay.
Well, that was weird. Aw. Quest accepted. So we were talking a fair bit about, hold on, I think I got, oh, can't do anything with that. We were talking a fair bit the other day about, Concord and the unfortunate comedy of its demise.
Sob.
And a new wrinkle in that has appeared. See, Amazon has a new series coming from the Love, Death, and Robots guys that is basically a series of animated shorts set in various different video game worlds. And one of them apparently was supposed to be about Concord. And apparently they're still gonna release it. Which, interesting flex, but okay.
As I said before, I think it better we continue this conversation in the privacy of the young lady's barge. It's not that I don't trust anyone here. It's simply that I don't trust anyone here.
That is a choice. It sure is.
Gate Guard Minigumo has been instructed to look out for you. In future, speak with him when you wish to gain admission to the docks.
Alright.
Dot dot dot.
Something that I don't think I got around to talking about yesterday is about how, like, the fact that it was taken offline within, like, a week and a half, and the language surrounding it being taken offline sounds like they're going to effectively, like, retool it and possibly re-release it in some other different form. But I think when that was announced, like, my response was, I don't know if we're gonna be able to Realm Reborn our way out of this one, folks. there's really only so much you can do. But at the very least, they didn't have, like, the absolute cowardice of, like, the Multiverses people being like, hey, thanks for enjoying our beta.
Thank you for coming, Igeld. You're probably wondering why I've summoned you to an airship, and a Garlean one at that. Allow me to explain on the shuttle. A what?
It is more like a boat than a shuttle, I'm just saying. The Prima Vista is a cool-ass looking airship, I gotta be honest. Oh, we got people in here.
Welcome to the Prima Vista, the most luxurious theater barge in all the land.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to some folks. Company Tragedian. Tragedian?
Don't be shy. You've nothing to fear from us. Well, most of us.
I've no words for you, stranger. Oh, fuck, alright.
Not now. I am practicing my lines. In my head.
I am also tapping them out in Morse code with my feet. Report to the bridge. Yes, hello, bridge. My name is Igeld. Cassie, what are you getting up to over there? Cassie's still got her cone on. We have ordered her a recovery suit, basically little kitty PJs, that should allow her a little bit more range of movement while still keeping her from being able to get to her incision. Just because, like, the cone doesn't seem to be ideal for cats in general, it seems like to me.
The Prima Vista serves as both stage and home to the majestic Imperial Theater Company. The what? You can keep that dirk in your drawers. No one here is a member of the Imperial Army, nor are there any spies within the troop. At least, no known spies.
You can't... Hey. Don't tell me what I can and can't do with my dirk.
Ask anyone and they will readily attest. The Majestic Imperial Theater Company are the finest practitioners of the dramatic arts to be found anywhere in the 3 great continents, and beyond. They have admirers throughout the Empire and its territories, and even boast a sizable following in Gridania, hence my assignment to their story. It is a little-known fact, outside Garlemald at least, that the late Emperor was a devoted patron of the arts who supported various theater troupes to the tune of much coin.
Was he now? You don't say. I wonder if that is going to inform his personality at all. Surely we won't find out for some time, I'm certain.
Indeed, Solus was so enamored of the majestic players that he ordered the construction of this very airship, that the troupe might perform in every corner of the Empire. When his grandson took the throne, however, everything changed. Now, all theater troupes, domestic and foreign, must submit their works for approval by the Central Imperial Board of Censors. If a play is deemed vulgar or inflammatory, it is banned and the troupe denied their writs of transit. The worst offenders? Well, they are never heard from again.
I bet he can't snap.
This policy has effectively left playwrights with one of 2 options. Compromise their creative integrity to curry favor with his radiance, or put down their quills altogether. The principal of the Majestic, however, chose a 3rd option. To express his disapproval for the new Emperor's policies obliquely in ostensibly unpolitical works. Hello, Lucas. Welcome. Pray, forgive me for my earlier outburst. I am Alma Bas Lexentale, daughter of Principal Genomus Sen Lexentale. Mayhap you have heard of my father's latest play, the Zodiac Brave story? On the surface, it is an innocent retelling of a well-known Gallian fairy tale, hardly worthy of the sense's attention. But beneath, it is something quite different. A fact the senses failed to spot when they approved the manuscript for public performance. The play quickly became a huge success. The common folk loved its fantastical story, while the learned classes appreciated its true message. By the time the Imperial Board of Censors realized their mistake, it was too late. No longer in a position to prohibit the performance outright without admitting fault, they took aim at the company's purse strings instead. Before long, noble patrons began to withdraw their support, fearing to be associated with the troupe. And by the end, even the learned felt compelled to feign ignorance. By bleeding the majestic of their funding, the censors robbed them of their voice. But... And none of this has made it any clearer as to why you're here. Right. Allow me, Lena. Sid! How are you doing? Haven't seen you since, well, extremely recently, actually. I've known Genomus since we were students at the Magitech Academy. When I heard his daughter was in Kuganade, looking to enlist the aid of an adventurer, I felt compelled to give her your name. Sorry for not announcing myself sooner, old friend. Sid is in so much Stormblood stuff, I miss him. Genomus and I were from different worlds, but that only served to fuel our friendship. Many were the nights we would prattle on to the wee small hours, warm flagons of peated ale numbing our minds to the other's naive ideologies. Yet no matter where our conversations began, it would invariably end with him telling me how he was going to change the Empire from the inside out. The troupe was to be his path into the people's hearts. Sidolphus Non-Garland! This guy my age looking like a grandpa. God, I'm gonna be Sid years old soon, I think. Because, what, he's like 35 or something, isn't he? I forget. He's in his 30s. And he looks like this. Like, come on, man. Even after the Empire forced him from his home, Genomus never gave up hope that his work might change the world. Then you remove his beard and he looks 12. See, that's why I always maintain some facial hair. I got like a baby face if I don't got any facial hair. I prefer the look of like a short beard, like almost like very nearly like 5 o'clock shadow levels of slice a dice-a, but like I gotta have something, you know? Art will ever strain against artificial bounds and borders, man-made walls and misguided wars. It is in such times of uncertainty that we must needs embrace our calling and take to the skies so others might do the same. DT Meteor look. What I am trying to say, rather poorly I concede, is that not all Gallians are hewn from the same stone. Yeah, no, I'd kind of put that together at this point, actually. Just as there are those who pledge their lives to the Empire and would never think to question the authority of its leaders, there are those like Alma's father and myself whose love for their country does not blind them to its flaws. Still, try selling that sack of sunflower to an Alamegan or a Doman who has watched his family consumed in the flames of a Magitech Reaper. How many Eorzean adventurers do you think would leap at the opportunity to help an Imperial search for her missing father? And in Gallian territory, no less. But you are different. You have seen enough to know that the line between good and evil is not defined by race, color, or creed. So, what say you? Hello, Kale. Oh boy, I love a good raid story that makes perfect sense. I don't know what you're talking about. Everything in every single Final Fantasy plotline makes perfect sense. Everything about this is fine. There's never been a side quest chain or story beat in Final Fantasy XIV that has not made perfect sense within the context of the rest of the game. Am I being facetious? Only time will tell. And ironically, adore the raids, yes, even Math, yes, even Orban.
time bubble. I love the time bubble. I'm the time bubble's biggest fan. Don't you know? We've been popping around between Kagane and Alamigo for a while, but definitely less than a year. I could never turn my back on a damsel in distress. This is my favorite raid series so far. It's a good one. I like the Nier raid series just a bit more. Not a bit more, like leagues more. But I do like Return to Ivalice as well.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Smile.
Now that you understand the nature of the task, perhaps Alma could provide some insight as to where we might begin our search.
Uh-huh. Shortly before my father disappeared, he began work on his next play, a successor to the Zodiac Brave story. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Please, follow me.
Okay. What are you talking about? It's only been 14 days since your arrival. I've solved 2 wars. I've solved 2 imperial occupations in as many weeks. Because that's just how Ageo's Shork roll. Oh, cool. What was that?
Uh-huh. Through adventure and hardship, young Delita, a boy of common blood, becomes a hero, culminating in the birth of the mythical kingdom of Ivalice. But that is where the story ends. There are no records of anything that follows. Was Principal Genomus simply going to invent something? My father believed that he had discovered evidence of a second hero, one whose efforts went largely unnoticed, but without whom Delita would never have risen to the throne. Here's with the next tale he wanted to tell, the true Zodiac Brave story. A second hero? Uh-huh. According to my father's studies, this young man was one of Delita's closest friends and confidants. That is, until the untimely passing of Delita's sister forced the two to part ways.
Now, it's so weird. I see Lucas typed something, yet I can't read the text. Weird, so strange. Meanwhile, my guy took 2 months to attune to the aetherite for the first time in his life. Waking Sans trauma. God, what's that one fucking post that's just like, nobody. Guy who roleplays as a warrior of light who can't manipulate ether, so he has to walk around everywhere. Yeah, my warrior of light can't manipulate ether, so I need to walk around everywhere.
Yet the unnamed hero continued to provide his aid to his friend by thwarting the machinations of those who would scheme against Delita, thus paving the way for the Pauper's rise to regent. You must forgive me, but I've never heard anyone make such claims. How exactly did your father come by this information?
Honestly, great commitment.
That is a long story.
One which begins and ends with Genomus becoming lost in the very legend he sought to lay bare. Even as far back as our academy days, Ivalice had Genomus firmly in its grasp. He flatly refused to believe the story was just a fairy tale. And so, when he was finally driven out of Garlemald, it was only natural that he should choose all of this of all places as his refuge. Was it not, Alma? Good for that guy, except during the O.X patches where he has to go back and forth across continents in the same patch. Airships!
That is correct, Master Garland. It has long been my father's belief that the ruins of ancient Ivalice lie beyond Nagsha. Nagsha.
I've never noticed that there isn't a second N in there.
Buried beneath the sands of the Damasca Desert.
Poor Dalmasca. The kingdom prospered in relative isolation for countless generations, till the Empire came calling.
When not touring, my father would organize expeditions into the Dalmasca Desert to search for proof of Ivalice's existence. Sometimes he would bring back strange artifacts, ancient tomes, and crystals. Crystals unlike any others.
Huh.
My father called them orosite, and claimed they were vital to proving his theories. This is one such crystal. By the 12, it's magnificent!
Ivalician legend tells of crystals bequeathed by the gods unto those who would be kings. It is during his quest to gather Orosite that young Delita rises to prominence. Funny, I'm collecting Nashian Cudweed at this very moment. I've entered my tournament arc. That was a perfectly fine and normal stone. I must have heard the tale 1,000 times from my nursemaid, but it is all as ever was, a tale. My father would often tell us how the Orosite spoke to him. At the time, we assumed he was speaking figuratively, that the stone's beauty roused his muse. But then he began to act strangely. How so? Following our arrival here in Hingashi, my father spent most of his time cloistered in his chambers, poring over his past research, and though he was alone, we could oft hear him in conversation. It was not uncommon for my father to recite the lines as he wrote them, but it soon became clear that this was something else. It was as if he was talking to my mother who passed several winters gone. Might this not have been out of mere loneliness, or perhaps the strain of your flight from Garlemald? Possibly, but that would not explain the voices which answered him. Oh.
Alma, who are these people? I told you I did not require any help finding father, especially from outsiders.
So good of you to join us, Ramza. Allow me to introduce...
Enough, Master Sid. We may be shunned by the Empire, but we are still Garleans, and we still have our pride. Unlike some, it seems, we require neither the aid nor the pity of foreign rabble.
Gage, please. Fuck you, Gage, I choked in my drink. You're welcome. He's in his shit kid era, so he gets a shit kid voice. Have you forgotten where you are, brother? It is we who are the foreign rabble. This land and its customs are all but unknown to us. We would be fools to conduct our search without a proven guide. Your sister is right, Ramza. As for my good friend here, your mistrust is ill-placed. I will personally vouch for her character. In all the time I've known her, she has never once let anything as insignificant as race or creed color her judgment. You are lucky to have her.
But we would have you, Master Garland. Why do you refuse us?
Hey Ramza, where's your fucking forehead, Eminem? Do we get to see it change? Perhaps. You know why. Until this affair with Omega is resolved, my hands are tied. It pains me to refuse you and your sister, but it pains me far more to leave Genomus to his fate. I am sorry. I imagine like if we're taking all of it, so technically speaking, Omega and Evilise happen simultaneously. But we could only have one New Game Plus episode running at the same time. So, like, I imagine just, like, Aigel being just like, Sid, what do you mean? We already figured out everything with Omega. And Sid being like, shut the fuck up. I hate this kid. I will personally vouch for my friend who has murdered the shit out of a ton of Garleans, including the Crown Prince. It's true, I did do that. I mean, technically he murdered the shit out of himself, but, you know.
You need not apologize. I let my emotions get the better of me. After what happened in Rabanastre, it may be time to admit we're out of our depth.
My brother's last expedition met with tragedy in the ruins of the capital city. He barely escaped with his life.
The Empire turned Rabanastre into a death trap. You were a fool to set foot there without a proper escort.
I realize that now, Master Garland, but at the time I saw an opportunity to rescue our father and I took it.
Whatever led you to believe your father was in Damascus' capital?
My father's fascination with Evilisian legend began with a trip to the antediluvian city long before the war. Duh. Call it a premonition, but something tells me that is where he has returned. Now you must excuse me. I need some time to think.
There's like a switch I gotta flip in my brain where like Ramza's done talking. It's just like, okay, I need to put that voice back in its box real quick so that I can read in a voice that isn't comical. This twink got obliterated by a red chocobo. We also saved some, but ignore the ones that still fight us around the world. Can't wait to form lore for these raids for my boy. He's gonna have so much trauma for his hometown.
Then, Alma, I shall leave you and your brother in Aigale's capable hands. She has ever repaid my trust with interest. You would do well to grant her yours. Thank you, Master Garland. We will not forget this kindness. Uh-huh.
We still got way to go before it's unlocked? Okay.
Oh, how I miss my father. Sid didn't bid me farewell. This is going in my write-up.
Yeah, get his ass, Lena. Fucking drag him to filth. Then he gets more trauma for his other hometown in Endwalker and Thapnir.
Master Garland seems to think highly of you, so I will withhold my judgment until after the...
Excuse me. A city fallen. Ramza is itching to depart. I bet he fucking is. I like all these. I'm imagining like a fucking one of the bridge attendants like walking up to Aigale just being like, the buttons and switches he's pressing, they don't actually do anything. We just kind of let him do it to make him feel like he's being useful. Just don't tell him, but don't worry, okay? Okay. I remember Alina being my favorite character in the series because she's both the PC voice and also shits on everyone behind their back. Lena Mueller is great. I'm on my way after this Paladin quest finishes. Yeah, if anybody wants to get in on this, just let me know. If you're on my friends list, I'll get you added. I think Natalie is also going to be joining us as Pictomancer, so we will need at least either 3 more DPS, any healers, or a tank. I know my not favorite character. Wine. I'm hopping online. Want me to heal? You can if you want. Go for it.
Dalmasca is nestled in a forgotten corner of the Empire's outermost territories. I do not foresee any trouble from the standing army, but would suggest committing to memory the locations of each barge's exit, just in case.
Bunny.
As for the flight itself, the currents above Dalmasca are as wild as the land below. You may want to hold on.
No, so his name's Ramza. Yeah, he only whines. Ramza gets better. Quest accepted. New lore, my guy punches him here. The way it just fucking levitates in the air is so wild. I love it. It's so fucking ominous just hanging out. Oh, so I finished Great Ace Attorney today. Great Ace Attorney Adventures, I should say. I still gotta start the second one, but really enjoyed that. I love a lot of the new gameplay mechanics in Great Ace Attorney, and I'm excited for Ace Attorney Investigation to come out. Final Fantasy will just never animate airships. That wheel thing behind the back of the ship not being animated always bothers the shit out of me. It doesn't need to be animated. It just levitates. Garlean technology, baby! Shomes is my boyfriend. He is elevate. Look, there's not a lot of characters in video games that I point to and say boyfriend. Arbiter from Halo, Infinite the Jackal from Sonic Forces. But yeah, Herlock Sholmes, boyfriend material.
We'll complete our descent to Rabanastor in the shuttle.
Cass, yes, absolutely, Cass. Uh-uh.
Ramza?
I thought I made myself clear, Alma. The capital is simply too dangerous. Father would never forgive me if I were to lose you trying to rescue him.
Oh.
Come, we are wasting time.
Alma's really here just to kind of look sad and downcast on occasion. Wait, that's a fucking ship. Oh, okay, no, that's the whole ass airship. Never mind. What's up, Cassie? Are you upset? Cassie really doesn't like her cone. I gotta keep an eye out for when her recovery suit gets here.
According to my father, Rabanastre was already a thriving city some 1,000 years ago. But after performing several private excavations beneath the so-called Desert Sapphire, my father came to the conclusion that it was not the first settlement to stand here.
Then your father believes that Rabanastre sits atop the royal city of Lassalia, capital of Ivalice. But if that's true, it could change history. We would be famous.
Famous? Are you sure you don't mean rich? Huh, your kind are all alike. Parasites grown fat on the sweat and suffering of others.
Bold words for a boy of but 16 summers. And what, pray tell, if I don't deserve such spite? I only wish to learn the truth behind the disappearance of the Empire's foremost playwright. If that should lead to something bigger, well then, I would be the worst reporter in the realm if I did not pursue it.
Anyways.
Meow. Meow.
Yes. We can argue about this now, or we can return to the Prima Vista and report to our army of adventurers that it is time to begin the expedition. I humbly suggest the latter.
Hey, you guys liked FF12, right? He sounds like he adds the extra ah at the end of words when exclaiming things annoyed, like, oh my god. Do I want to do Sage because I haven't actually played Sage a lot? But it's Rabanastre. Too bad it exploded.
Uh-huh.
Step, 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 step.
Lizord.
You see, it is as I said, brother. Let them come to us. Should we kill them now? No, the time is not right. When has that stopped us before? Fool, do you see that one? Slayer of gods, they call her. Warrior of light.
You've heard of me.
Ah.
I like these guys. Sexy lizard singles in your area. Do I do a class and get experience, or do I not? It's entirely up to y'all. Royal City of Rabanastre now accessible. It's very funny to me that you can't hear Cassie's meows don't really get picked up by the mic very often, but her banging her cone against the bars of her crate do. She has to be confined to the crate for a couple weeks, unfortunately, until she heals up.
You cannot expect me to walk away from this. If the legend of Ivalice is true, the public has a right to know. Hold on, Father. Help is on its way.
to Rabinaster.
All right, let's go ahead and get some people added in here. So, first and foremost, second in command, Maya the Capra. Invite to party. Get Delina in here. Kale, you're Delina, right? Okay. Invite to party. Working on your glam. Understandable. Fashion is so important. I know, baby. I know. I'm sorry. It do gotta be like that, though. Slut Dragoon glam achieved. That's the spirit. Everyone in the party needs to say hi to Maya Capra. It's important. Alright, give me 1 second. I'm just gonna check something here real quick. Clear those out. Clear these out. Alright, let's go ahead. Cheeky little ready check. Maya Capra is a no-go. Oh no! Okay. Enter the royal city of Rabinaster with a party of other players. Less than 5 minutes. That's what you like to see. Discussion in party chat about how nobody remembers what any of their attacks are. This is gonna go really well. I'm sorry, Cassie. I know you don't like the cone. I promise we're getting you a better alternative. My poor baby. You're probably still going to meow a bunch because you're in a quake. She's so sad. It's just Rabinaster. What's the worst that could happen? No pressure, but as someone who fell in love with Sage, this is one of the more tense raids for shield healing. Ooh. Meow. The package is out for delivery, Cassie. Fret not. And then I can get you clean water and everything, and we don't have to worry about you getting litter stuck to your cone. Alright, so we got Lila trying to remember how Dragoon works. We got Kale trying to remember how Sage works. Natalie believes she understands how Pictomancer works. Want me to take a seg? Because I can warrior. We're already locked in. You're not getting out of that easy. If you want to switch to tank, you can. I can back us out of the raid. I should check my portrait, make sure that it's good to go. It is. I would tank or heal, but GCC Extreme will take half my focus. Understandable. I would tank, but there wasn't a tank introduced with Stormblood. Unfortunately. It was just DPS, so I can only go as DPS. This is the rule that I have set for myself. Also, I don't generally like tanking Alliance raids, unless it's the near raids, which I'm actually quite adept at tanking in. Which is good that I'm adept at tanking in those, because I'm going to be playing through Shadowbringers as a gunbreaker. Ooh, there's an idea. I've been racking my brain trying to figure out what outfit I'm going to wear for Shadowbringers. I'm really just in this because Dawn Trail, like, just came out. And I think what I'm probably going to do for Shadowbringers is probably one of the tank outfits for my Gunbreaker, because that's a really good outfit for that. You know what? I know exactly what I'm going to do, now that I'm thinking about it. To be fair, the Roseblood coat fucking rules. It does. Like, I saw this, I'm just like, oh yeah, I gotta wear this. I needed to change the hat, because they're still cowards, and won't let me wear the hat. You know what? I'll be teleported back here. I'm gonna go back to fucking Kugane real quick and see if I can't put together a glam while we're waiting. Average wait time less than 5 minutes, huh? And yet, here we are, nearly 5 minutes on. Hey, let me out. The Red Mage Glamour is the RDM level 70 AF plus a mask that covers half the face, coated in metallic red. That's pretty sick. Dead on the in-floor. It's hard to go wrong with the Gimlet Dark Coat. What's it? We have so many DPS too. It'll probably be fine. The main thing is I just need to keep an eye on Cassie to make sure that she doesn't try and get the cone over her head again, because last time she tried to do that, she got it stuck on her jaw. And that was a whole ordeal. Thankfully, she's managed to keep it on since then. Alliance coat offending. My tank glamour is the final coil coat thing. It was supposed to be temporary, but I really love the coat, even with the very low res texture. I would like to retire to an in-room, yeah. Alright, let's see here. What? No, really? Man. Fine, I'll do it off stream. God, that sucks. My bad, binding coil, not final. The final coil gear is too flamboyant for my idea of tank gear. Why is that restricted in New Game Plus? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, hey, another healer has joined the queue. I remember going to another server one time and coming to this area, and there were a lot of people doing RP in this area. And I gotta tell you, people watching in heavy roleplay servers is probably one of the most fun things to do. Like, it's interesting to see people enjoying themselves, you know? Love seeing players roleplay in the open. Yeah. Like, good for them, honestly. Stretch my back. My job sent me a $75 gift card recently for having been with the company for some time now. And I used it to get a game that I've been meaning to get. How can you use the camera so good? I've spent a lot of my time just in my youth trying to, like, get really good screenshots. Like, okay, so the PC version of Halo Combat Evolved had something called Halo Custom Edition, which had all sorts of, like, wacky command line shit you could do. And I ended up managing to set up some, like, pretty good screenshots of the original Halo. This would continue forward into, like, Halo 3 and its theater mode, and then just, like, every single fucking game that's ever had a photo mode ever. I have just thrown myself into that shit to fuck with it one way or another. So I have a lot of practice with using photo mode things. So, like, it's just a lot of playing video games. Anyway, I used it to pick up a game I've been meaning to get. I got a physical copy of Mike Mignola's Hellboy: Web of Weird, the collector's edition, for the Nintendo Switch, which I intend to have Molly back on stream sometime to stream with. I don't know when. I'm thinking it might be fun to do it possibly closer to the release of the new Hellboy movie that's coming out this year in October. Can't do it on that date because I believe that's also the weekend that the Silent Hill 2 remake is coming out, which I will be playing as soon as I get it, and basically non-stop until I finish it. I'm honestly getting kind of excited for it. They recently announced that there's going to be settings to turn off the on-screen UI to make it more in line with the original game, and then also a mode to basically, oh god, it's like, how did they describe it? It's like alternate color grading for the world, film grain to make it visually look more like a game from, like, the mid-2000s in terms of, like, its color grading and everything else, which is an interesting decision. Like, and I have to give them props for that. That's actually pretty cool. I kind of hope that there's the option, like, I'm hoping that the film grain and the color grading aren't tied together, like you can have one without the other, because I absolutely hate film grain in video games for the most part. especially for streaming. Especially for streaming. Because that is a bit rate killer. This kills the bit rate. Anytime I have ever played a game that has film grain, I pray to God that there is an option to turn it off. And thankfully, most of the Silent Hill games have one. Oh, there we go. Alright, everybody that's been waiting for this timer better fucking hit accept, I swear to God. There we go. I was waiting for Meteor Walker. Like, come on. Okay, going by the timer, the stream is 5 seconds behind reality. I should probably turn it down a mile. Maybe a little bit. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my god, we're waiting on 1 DPS. Okay, thank fuck. Excuse me. Full party. Oh no. Red choke of bow. Read party chat, but stream starting soon, can't hear Twitch. Understandable. And away we go. Oh, shit. Oh, we're just going for it. Oh, I hope this is going to be a group that, respects cutscenes. Fingers crossed. Oh. I'll just start attacking this one. It's like right here. You know, I might as well. Woo! Oh shit. Hold on. Alright, I think we're golden. Whoop! We're holy! Pew pew, pew pew! We're kind of melting this guy, I'm gonna be honest. Like, this far into, like, Dawn Trail's release, like, I'm sure a lot of people here have pretty high eye levels for their shit. So it's not too surprising. Anyways. Stabs you, cuts you, slashes you. Oh! For flare! Probably, like, right over here, yeah. And zoop! The holy! Let the ichor flow. Ew. Ichor. Ichor? I hardly knew her. Oh, kill him faster, please. Thank you. Alright, let's see if we got anything good this time around. How do those look? Oh, those are fun. Yeah, I'll need those. Ah, Maya Capra stole them out from under my feet. Oh. Look at these guys. Oh, shit. Hey, can you guys kill things a little less fast? I'm having a little trouble keeping up. Please. Think of the children. I'm children. Oh! Damn, alright, man. Wait, no, keep him right there. Keep him right there. Keep him right there. Yeah. This chick knows what's up. Something I should probably admit, Ivalice is not exactly something that I have no familiarity with. I haven't played FF12, and I've never played Final Fantasy Tactics. But I have played Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. Which, as I understand it, despite, like, you know, just kind of being like a weird isekai story, does take place in the same setting. I never finished Tactics Advance. Mostly because I got kind of disappointed with, like, the overall, like, way the game was presented. I'm not actually a huge fan of, like, that style of game, specifically because I keep seeing these, like, cool environments and wanting to, like, explore them and, like, walk around them, but it's just like, no, you're only here for this to be a battlefield. So tactical RPGs generally aren't my thing. Especially when I'm locked out, like, only exploring it in, like, very limited grid-based. Ooh, goo, 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 goo. A grid-based manner. You know? So yeah, not really my favorite. I did play a somewhat decent chunk of it, though. But I kind of chickened out on continuing. So, for those who don't know, in Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, it is a tactical RPG where you have a bunch of units that you move around an environment and attack other units. But in the early game, battles have rules that you have to follow. So, like, you can only use physical attacks, or you can only use magic of certain types, things like that. And it's interesting because it's just like the main characters are like all the time talking about like how much they dislike this system because it's very restrictive. And then it's introduced partway through the game, the idea of going to areas that do not have like battle laws. And the main character's just like, oh, thank goodness, finally, someplace where we don't have to, like, follow silly rules during a fight. And the other characters are just like, dude, you realize that not having to follow rules also means that there's, like, actual consequences for people fucking dying, right? Like, people die and they can't come back. Instead of just getting knocked out. Like, you realize that, right? And he's just like, oh. And I'll admit, I got to that point in the game where it's just like the concept of like permadeath for your units was introduced. I'm just like, I don't know if I want to play this game anymore. This is scary. I don't know if it's worth me potentially like tracking that game down and giving it another chance to see if I like it now. Kind of similarly to like how I handled Castlevania Circle of the Moon, where it's just like now Circle of the Moon is one of my favorite Castlevania games. I don't know. It might be interesting, but yeah, that's the most experience I have with any Ivalice stuff in anything, really. Verholy. Are we just hacking one at a time? Okay. Oh, hold on. But what if I, just as a bit, what if I did this? You know, for the bit. It's important that you know that I'm doing it specifically for the bit. I think it's worth emulating to fast forward. Unfortunately, we are attacking them all in weird orders, not even one at a time, LMAO. There's 4 sages in this alliance. Damn. A couple more and we'd have a full Zelda game. Disney World. Let's fucking go. Ow. Oh god, I got a couple seconds left of... Okay, my sprint's done. Quick, hit the button. We gotta be the first. Were we first? Yeah, we were first. You beat me, but realistically, it's a team effort. So technically we tied. Thank you for dropping the message about cutscene, Vinay, by the way. I appreciate that. Team effort with watching Delina pull the lever so I don't have to, huh? Yeah, of course. It's a lot of effort watching someone else do something, you know? Gotta keep your eyes open. Which is tough when you're so very tired. Whoop. Uh-oh. Ouch. Oof, ouch, my Vuln stacks. Healer adjust. Dude, Pictomancer seems so fun. Like, what fun animations that class seems to have. Maybe one day I'll try it. But I decided to main Viper for my DT class, which has its own repertoire of fun animations. Whoop! Whoa! Don't like that, don't like that. Ah! He hit me. That wasn't very nice. What? Oh. Hello, Maya Capra. Landed on top of Maya Capra. Wouldn't be the first time. Oh, right. Those are bear traps. Not things I need to stand on. Things I should avoid. Oh, wait. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Ow. I remembered I'm supposed to run towards him when that happens. Shout out to this red mage standing right next to me, like, also chucking spells. Appreciate them. Especially because they're using the Manderville stuff, which means that they've played through the Manderville quest line. Which I have absolutely nothing but respect for, anybody who plays through the Manderville quest line. I also have respect for people who don't play through the Manderville quest line. Just like, do what you want to do, dog. You dig? I'm too far away. Oop. Ah, shit. No, the dark circle. Woohoo! Away. Oh, cutscene time. I obtained 25 alchemy poetics. Evolution is strong. The air here feels wrong. Can't you sense it? Something else? I don't know. Who's this fucker? Who's this stupid idiot? Wow, it looks like an asshole. My god. He turned into a Sega Saturn boss fight. Gentle River, you're gonna need to give me a moment.
Descendants of House Beowulf, then by my sword shall I banish your souls to the deepest hell.
Okay. Let me just, get that out of here. How does that one look? Nah. That looks bad. I'll need that. Okay, hold on. I'm coming. Oh, shit. Hold on. I'm almost there. What? Nailed it.
I am only too happy to oblige.
Ah, shit, I doubled up on for holy. Damn. I'm a fool. Okay, so I gotta keep moving. Haha! The mechanic of this fight is that if the good face pops up, you need to do whatever it asks you to do. But if the bad face pops up, you gotta do the opposite. I will not. I've never repented for anything in my life. Oh. I don't know about this. Okay, cool. I don't know about this. Shade. You can't be here. Ken Penders is gonna get mad. That's a little joke. If you know,
Does it grieve you to see the depths of your own weakness laid bare?
you know, that lore, that legal lore, that Sonic lore.
You do not belong in my world. Step into nothing.
Up. Two, one, and we're good. See, because it was an evil face, we had to stand still. Uh-oh. He gave us the goofy head. The head that's goofy. Wait, hold on. Okay, so far he hasn't done anything that's been able to hit me. Which is very funny. I killed stood still and won. I killed one by standing still. You love to see it. Uh-oh. Get fucked, dumbass.
The world has no place for such wretches. You're praying to light this forfeit.
That's nice. You seem nice. Uh-oh. Haha! I was forged in the fires of Blunderville, idiot! Oh shit.
Who is the dog who bears his teeth before his master?
Woo!
This body, it is not my own.
Oh, gods, what have I done? Save me! Ramza! Save me!
Rock candy. Royal City of Rabanastre complete. Do I? Oh, I don't have this one. Fuck. Damn, I didn't get fucking anything. Quick, get to her before she eats it. Aww.
Where am I? Father!
I got nothing as expected. Somehow I earned 2 commendations. Well, also somehow Palpatine returned, so think of it that way. Ramza, and the Warrior of Light? Yes, I know of you, but that you should come to my rescue. Words fail me. A poor playwright, I must seem. I love that this raid is full of people who know who I am. Ah, piss. Hey there, handsome. How you doing?
The term you're looking for is thank you. Upon which note, I, Bagamnan, bounty hunter, do humbly thank you, Warrior of Light, for delivering me this fine gift. Now hand over the aura sight, unless you wish to see the desert sands turn red. And be quick, Gijuk here does not have the steadiest of hands. Scared out of me wits I am! Very frightened! I'm trembling all over! Hi, Bakamnan, you're actually cool in this game. That one. She will bring it to me. Oh, scared kitty pose. Okay. Lizard happy. He has such nice claws. Okay, calm down. Yes, this is it. The Duma.
And to think we found it so close to Doma. The Duma of Doma. I like that guy, guy's jib. Eh. Oh. You shot me.
Enough, Bwagi. We would not have our guests think us underbred. I'm overbred. I've bred so much.
What'd that tongue do? Hey, Bagman, you holding any more hostages close to your chest?
What have you, fuck. You have what you want, you thieving lizards. Now unhand him. Of course, a Bangal is always true to his word. I will be keeping this, though. Rustle, rustle, rustle. Book.
Oof, oof, oof.
Father! You've only got yourselves to blame for this, but if you mislike the thought, you can always blame the gods. Not that they're listening. Get up, fool, we're leaving.
Incredible.
You're going to be all right.
We cannot see to your father's hurts here. Come on, we must get him back to the Prima Vista.
We get so little Banga content in this game, but it's very high quality. Oh, there's more people here now. Alright, hold up, hold up.
Groan.
Father, wake up, Father, please. Mother, don't take him from us yet.
He is unchanged.
Tell me the principal will be all right if he were to... I can't even bring myself to think what would happen if...
You have short questions. I have short answers. Relatively speaking, of course. About the Garlean occupation of Dalmasca. It has been almost 30 summers since the Empire's conquest of Dalmasca, the annexation coming some years before the invasions of both Alamigo and Doma. The campaign was led by Legatus Noah van Gabrinth of the 4th Imperial Legion, and waged over 6 bloody moons. It was the fall of the supposedly impenetrable stronghold at Nalbina, with the loss of some 70,000 Dalmascan swords, that ultimately turned the tide in the Empire's favor. When it was discovered that the list of casualties included both Prince Roslo and his twin sister, Princess Ashelia, all fight left the embattled regent, and soon thereafter conceded the crown. He passed not long after his surrender, and while the official explanation was that he succumbed to illness, rumors of suicide and even assassination persist to this day. What is certain, however, is that with his death, the Benargan line, one that had endured for 1,000 summers, finally came to an end. Wow, look at all these NPCs to talk to. I forgot to get Wondrous Tales. 70,000 soldiers. In medieval army terms, that's fucking huge. About the Dalmascan uprising. Dalmascans looked to their new rulers about as well as one might expect. And in the years since the annexation, several sizable uprisings have caught flame, only to be quelled by the Empire's might. That does not, however, mean we Garleans have emerged from these bouts of insurrection unscathed. One recent example is the Barheim incident, in which scores of Imperial colonists met their end. In response to this rather arbitrary display of defiance, the Emperor sent the 14th Legion back to Dalmasca, where, under the watch of Livius Junius, suspected rebels were hunted down like rats and slaughtered without trial. Yeah, that sounds like something Livia would do. Of course, this served only to embolden the resistance, yet the ending of their tale was not as happy as though told in Doma and Alamigo, as you will have gleaned from your recent visit to Rabanastre. Which is not to say the resistance is no more. If anything, it grows stronger, its members biding their time deep in the endless labyrinth that lies beneath the capital. Hey, cool. More reasons to hate Livius S. Junius. Yeah.
I think it's good that she died.
I have even heard it whispered that they are now rallied under a new leader. A charismatic young firebrand that people call Princess Ash. What? Of course it cannot be the real Ashelia. Even had she survived the tragedy at Albina, Her Highness would by now have seen nigh on 50 summers. Well, all things considered, well, we won't talk about it. Company Bella. Words cannot express my gratitude for the part you played in the principal's rescue. Ramza insists that he will make a full recovery, though, after what happened to his mother, Tia, what else could he say? I want everybody to know that I did very dramatic hand gestures and poses while I was reading that. No song can express the gratitude I feel towards you for bringing the principal home, but a song you shall have nonetheless. Creeper. Aw, man. No, okay. It's okay, I heard the hand gestures. Talking to a guy who says he's never seen a male Viera, and I want him to look me in the eyes and repeat that. Psst, listen. What if Genomus isn't truly unconscious at all? What if he is feigning his death-like torpor to demonstrate his mastery of the craft? Well? Yeah, man. Sure. The others tell me you risk your life to save Genomus, Gallian citizen. Perhaps your view of us Imperials is less simplistic than I had assumed. You have my thanks for aiding young Ramza in the principal's rescue. The entire company, nay, the entire world is in your debt. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Huh? Now is not the time to be practicing with the principal unconscious? Nonsense! Now is the perfect time to practice. I want this performance to be flawless by the time he comes to. When I think about the principal lying there, the muscle in my heart aches. You seem like you might have a few muscles in your heart, sir. Genomus remains deep in slumber, but his breathing is steady and his fever has subsided. For now, all we can do is wait. I've sent word to Sid. I hope you don't mind. I am apparently chopped liver. No, you are chopped boni. Benui. I had the most wonderful dream. Alma, Ramza, can you ever forgive me? Wow, first thing you say when you wake up? And you, Sid. It was never my intention to put you to such trouble. I am never in your debt. You would have done the same for me, Genomus. Besides, it was Aigeld here who went through all the trouble. If anyone deserves your thanks, it's her. Yeah, it's all good, man. He is right. I have done naught to deserve your kindness, yet I am its beneficiary nonetheless. Yeah, I'm pretty cool. So if I understand you correctly, you're saying an aurosite does not work to facilitate the possession of a living host by an icon, as was assumed to be the case with Ysael and the Archbishop, but rather absorbs the host's ether, its very soul, and somehow transforms it before returning it to the host's body. If that is the case, our Sharlayan allies will need to be informed immediately. But I suppose the real question here is, did you find what you came looking for? No. I'm kidding, yes. The legend would have us believe that Delita Hyral, the commoner who would be king, was the sole hero of the Zodiac Brave story. But as I have discovered, there was another, 2 others in fact, siblings whose roles faded from subsequent retellings of the story. A brother and sister, by the names of Ramza and Alma. Gee, I sure hope that little factoid doesn't become relevant in a few expansions. Ow, couldn't possibly. Can you ever forgive me? Alma smiles at him sweetly. No. Then
To prepare for this assignment, I pored over every published work on Evilesian legend I could lay my hands on, and nowhere did I find any mention of these siblings.
But I did. I uncovered irrefutable evidence that Delita had a close companion named Ramza, who aided him in his rise to power. This in turn led me to Alma, and that I might never lose sight of the truth, I named my own children after those lost players. I'm sorry I never told you any of this, Sid, but you must believe me. Evilise has never been a mere pastime of mine. It is and forever will be my calling, my purpose. My family's purpose.
Go on.
The world knows me as Genoma's Sen Lexingtail, yet that is but my stage name. My true name is Arislam Durai. Countless generations past, it was my ancestor who penned the Durai papers, an account of Evilise and the War of the Lions details. And the War of the Lions that details what truly occurred during that turbulent era.
Huh?
You are tired, Father. Rest! I will continue.
Good, give me more words to read in this voice.
Long ago, an orphan by the name of Oron Durai crossed paths with both Ramza and Delita. After Delita's rise to power, Oron found himself in the service of the Pauper Become King.
That would be a bigger name drop if I had actually played Final Fantasy Tactics. I almost said NFT. I feel terrible.
Following the War of the Lions, Oron believed the people of Evilise had a right to know the truth of Ramza's involvement and set about documenting his deeds. When the church learned of his intent, however, they branded him a heretic and had him burned at the stake. The Durai papers were never published, and any existing copies were gathered and sealed away in church vaults. The truth about Evilise, along with them.
Delita's ears perk up every time someone mentions Delita.
That what was so damning that it would drive the church to do such a thing?
The answer to that question can be found in this book, the only surviving transcript of my ancestors' chronicle, copied from an early draft and passed down for untold generations. With this, my father and I plan to reveal the truth and restore honor to my family name.
Forbidden Chronicles, a secret family legacy. Not that I doubt you, Genomas, but how do you expect to convince people of all this when well nigh every soul in the realm believes Evilise to be nothing but a bedtime story?
By proving that it is anything but. And when people see that Evilise was real, the rest will fall into place.
Were it as simple as bringing forth the chronicle and submitting it for a review, we would of course have done so long ago. But, alas, it is not. The Durai papers, you see, are written in High Evilesian, an ancient tongue long extinct. My father, his father, and his father before him labored tirelessly to decipher this tome, but for want of other sources made only fitful progress. A word here, a phrase there. It wasn't until a recent expedition to Rubanaster turned up several well-preserved artifacts that we were able to translate a small portion of the papers.
Ramza, please, your voice is killing me. It's killing me! It's killing my throat.
Then the diary stolen by the Bangar bounty hunters?
I'm afraid so. Everything we had learned of the language was contained in those pages.
Then we're back to where we started.
Oh, please don't talk anymore.
Not necessarily. We still have the transcript, as well as some few translated passages. And, of course, my father's impeccable memory.
Why are you talking like that? I've come too far to allow so simple a setback to deter me from my purpose. I will show the world the truth if it is the last thing I do.
It is as Master Garland said. He is a man obsessed, and I fear Evilise's grip on him will only grow tighter. The father was fortunate to escape Rabanasta with his life, and already he speaks of continuing his quest. Promise me you'll keep him safe. Please?
You specifically chose this voice for him. I did. You're correct. Hey, what's that? Hey, what's that? Hey, what's that? Hey, real quick. What's that?
After what I've seen here, I'm all but convinced that Ivalice exists. At least in some form. The problem will be gathering sufficient evidence to convince the thousands of scholars and historians who have based their careers on the presumption that it doesn't. Not that I've ever been one to shy from a challenge, especially when it means the story of a century. If you're in, Eyegeld, then I'm in. If you're not in, well, I'm still in. Either way, you'll be hearing from me again soon. That much I promise you.
We haven't even been going for an hour or 2 hours, so I'm going to go ahead and continue. I don't know if we're going to do the second raid tonight. But stick around to find out, I guess. I don't know how long it's going to take to get there. Uninvited. Lena Murala appears to have been awaiting your arrival for some time. But who is out? Yeah, right there's a path to get there.
Eyegeld, where in the world have you been?
I've been standing right here.
Did you not receive Alma's summons? Principal Lexentale's research into the Orsite may have finally borne fruit.
It's been like 5 seconds.
We must hurry to the Prima Vista before they embark on some grand and perilous adventure without us.
Dibby-da-bow. Dibby-da-bow. Oh, shit. I remember. Wine. Wine! Wine quest. Whoa. Wine. Gage, this is all in a single year. Definitely less than a year. Yes, I'm glad you agree.
In her message, Alma mentioned a guest from Sharlayan. Someone your companion Sid Garland believed might be able to assist the principal's research. An archetype, I think is the term she used.
Probably not, but ooh, we meet one of my favorite NPCs, actually.
If you would follow me to the shuttle, good lady.
Board the Prima Vista?
Yeah.
Let's see her. Show me. Show me the girl. But yeah, she just shows up and we love her. I really gotta do more Bozya. I need to see more of her.
Eyegeld, Lady Murala. Thank you for answering my summons. Master Garland was kind enough to send for an Archon from Sharlayan, and I thought it only right that you be present to hear her findings. To be frank, summoning Mikoto was more Y'shtola's idea. I simply came along to see what light she could shed on this mystery.
She is so much better in Bozya. Me too, and that's not saying that she's bad. She's great. I love her. Hey girl, hey! How you doing?
I am Mikoto of House Jinba, a Doman, though my years in Sharlayan have made me a stranger here. You must be Eyegeld Sjork, fabled liberator of men, slayer of false gods, warrior of light. I thought you'd be taller.
Girl, I've maxed out the height slider. Uh-huh. She's very adorable. Hey, Sid, weren't you literally just talking about how you couldn't spare any time to deal with Omega? Don't worry about it. We finished Omega. He was lying before.
Let us speak of the crystal.
Girl? Girl, help? Ahem. The Otius, one of but many Orsite shards that aided noble Delita's rise to regent. Less than a year.
My apologies. The Otius is no ordinary crystal, even discounting its obvious historical importance. The specimen is more than a simple manifestation of elementary aspected energies. It is rather an ethereal lodestone whose facilitation of both the absorption and transmission of distinct frequency NRR-type harmonic vibrations has been observed in remote ethereal amplification. The resultant neuroharmonic disturbance allows for highly unique emittance of CPRS waves that, instead of radiating outward with a determinate factor of dispersal, instead resonate inward at a frequency so labored my estimates place the rate of VRT decay at upwards of several centuries. Though I must admit I lack sufficient variance to complete a truly comprehensive graphical assessment. While that explanation may elicit admiring nods from your professors at the academy, it will earn you only blank looks here. Take a deep breath and try again, this time in a language those of us without the echo might comprehend.
I don't know what y'all are talking about. I understood that perfectly.
My apologies. I merely thought... Apologies will see us no nearer to an answer. A simpler explanation will.
Let her cook, damn you.
Simpler, right. Ether is not only the building block of all things material, but those immaterial as well. Thoughts, memories, feelings, one's very will are all understood to be ethereal phenomena, and can be measured as such. Unlike most crystals, which can only emit elemental energies, Aurosite is tuned not only to absorb ether, but ether specific to the immaterial. That ether is then stored and multiplied within its crystalline confines until external stimuli precipitate release. Is that better? Anybody get that? No? Yes?
Try again. No, let her cook. I understood it. I'm smart.
Under appropriate conditions, a strong will or desire can become imprinted upon the Aurosite and stored until fermentation, at which time the desire becomes manifest.
Fermentation?
What my studious young friend is trying to say is that the odious takes one's deepest fantasies and makes them reality.
Where's your essay on it, Cage? You think I got time to write essays? I can't even find time to write fanfiction.
Ah, yes, that is simpler. You may choose to think of it as a process akin to that of summoning a primal. There being one marked difference, primal summoning requires a supplemental energy source, such as a horde of elementally charged crystals. Aurosite, on the other hand, has the capacity to serve as its own source of power.
Tell me about the CPRS signals, Cage. Show me the essay properly formatted with proper citations. Aurosite cool as hell. Source, me, bitch.
Bunny banunny banoy.
We know from the Dry Papers that Argath was never king of Ivalice. He was slain in battle during the War of the Lions.
Yet the Argath encountered during the recent expedition carried himself as if he had been crowned regent. I believe this was merely the Aurosite in his possession realizing his desire to rule. I am informed that he uttered the same words over and over again for the duration of the confrontation which unfolded. If that is the case, it is possible that it was not actually Argath who uttered them, but the Aurosite itself.
If the Dry Papers are accurate, Argath was a weak and petty noble who believed that his blood entitled him to power. The Aurosite took that belief and twisted it into the abomination Igeld put to the sword. Aurosite cool as hell. Source, this crazy MILF I met in hell. Additional source, her husband I met years earlier. Excuse me. It was definitely less than a year.
Then you are saying the crystal could prove a threat?
The Aurosite, Alma. And not necessarily. Ramza seemed to fare well enough. There's no record of the young regent being manipulated by the artifacts he gathered. In the hands of the just, the Aurosite should prove harmless, even beneficial.
To paraphrase, it is not the weapon that kills, but the one who wields it. Now, where have I heard that before? Oh yes, it was Emperor Galvus's justification for taking the marvels of Magitech and applying them to the manufacture of arms. Where, after all, was the harm if it allowed him to bring order to the 3 great continents? Okay. You want to do something about that chip on your shoulder there, Sid? Maybe, just a little bit? Please focus at the task at hand.
You draw an intriguing parallel, Master Garland. The properties of these crystals are so singular, I do begin to wonder if they, like Magitech, are products of science and not nature, that they were created by someone to... But who? What manner of person would even be capable of such a feat?
Fairies. Ugh. Whomst indeed. Now that is an interesting question, the answer to which I look forward to hearing. Regrettably, I have pressing matters to attend to elsewhere. Fear not, however, Mikota's insight will prove far more beneficial than anything I might accidentally contribute. Good day to you all. Okay. Bye. Bye. Now say more big science words to me, and say them real slowly this time. Alright, bye guys. Nero's telling me to pick up some milk on the way home. What I don't understand is, if the Duma was imprint of the Argath's deepest secrets, then whose desires are rattling about inside the Otius? I had the self-same question, and thus conducted a thorough inspection of the crystal upon my arrival. The results were inconclusive. Traces of ethereal activity were present, but to all intents and purposes the vessel was empty. Uh-huh. Empty? What of the voices I heard?
Voices? I heard nothing of the sort. The only voices you heard, Alma, were in your stubborn head.
Ramza, why won't you...
Shall we speak of voices, then? What of yours, Alma, our resident voice of dissent? You have done naught but question the wisdom of our research from the moment we left Garlemald. Would you put your petty worries about our family's calling?
Be nice to your sister.
No, I would never.
You would never? Then why involve a gossip monger, a goody two-shoes, and this flying mole?
Hey, this what?
Oh. Please tell me you can see that.
Oh!
Amugu. Alright, time to do my best Moogle voice. Oh, maybe not yet. Oh! Is that guy okay?
Ah, Amugu. Yes.
Don't just stand there. Get rid of the thing. You're the liberator. Liberate this vessel of that pest.
Nah, he's bugging you, and I think that's funny. He's the company muscle. He's fine.
It's like nothing I've ever seen before. Can we keep it?
Oh, she got the right idea.
Most intriguing. Is it alive?
Ideally.
A Moogle! And a decidedly dusty one at that. Might this be one of your acquaintances, Igeld?
Never seen that palm before in my life. Hey, how's everybody feeling about all this?
Ah, a Moogle. Quaint. What's the fur-clad potbelly have on a bronze chest and rippling through? I shall tell you absolutely nothing.
How much fur do you think that creature's hide would yield? Just hypothetically. Well, is that not the sweetest thing you've ever seen? You can see him, can't you? It's not just me.
I love that everybody thinks they're fucking hallucinating.
Wait, don't tell me that's a... Wait, don't tell me. That's a... It's a maggle. Yes, Eorzeans breed them for their meat. I read all about it in Eat, Pray, Die, the Culinarians Guild publication, you know? They're meant to be delicious.
Oh, we got some dungeon meshy shit going on in Eorzea, it seems like.
What an entrance. It was as if it appeared out of thin air. Now, can someone tell me exactly what in the world it is?
You're in Elizin. I feel like you should know of all people. Mayhap we require a ratter. Like a cat? You should get a cat. Is that one of your fairies? No, it couldn't be. We're not over Eorzea. A kami, then. I had no idea they were so rotund. He is a little wall. He's a little ball boy, isn't he? Before Sid left, he handed me this queer contraption. Gay as hell, it is. Said it was an Oligon storage node, and that if I activated it, I'd hear the principal's voice as if he were standing right beside me. But you could try it. An Oligon. They've woken from their slumber to punish us for the wanton misuse of their relics. He thinks the Moogle's an Oligon. Records found. Initiating query protocol. Genomus. Oh, that is a lot of information that I'm not gonna read right now. Oh. Do you know the Wandering Minstrel? The minstrel, with the disheveled hair? As strange a fish as any I've seen. I've seen plenty on my travels. Most bards simply retell tales of high adventure, adding a twang of the lute here and there, a twang of the lute here, and a toot of the fife there for flavor. But the Wandering Minstrel is different. He seems more inclined to challenge his audience than entertain them. One might say he's a god creating worlds for his children to play in. Or not. God would never be caught wearing those spectacles. Still, there is much a playwright like myself might learn from such a fellow. This dude roasting Yoshi P, goddamn. There's so much text in this quest line. And there's so much quest in this text line.
Am I interrupting? Oh, please do go on. My acceptance into your fine troops ranks can wait until all have said their piece, Kupo. Guards, get this. Mont Blanc. The name is Mont Blanc. Denizens of Damascus Desert, seeker of thrills, adventurer extraordinaire. But you may call me Mont Blanc. Kupo.
You're going to be doing these voices a lot. It's fine.
Dalmasca has long been known as a melting pot for myriad cultures, where minor races such as the Sikh, the Bangar, and the Viera might live in relative harmony with Hure, Elazin, and others. Yet there is no record of a prominent Mughal population.
Most likely, because we are neither prominent nor populous. My people are nomadic by nature, ever drawn to the elusive frontier, and the freedom she promises, Kupo.
You're going to regret this. He's not even half as cool as the real Mont Blanc.
Mughal? Of course I'm a Mughal, Kupo. You'd think the adorable wings and the fluffy palm would have given it away. Now, about my admission to the Majestic... I will allow no such thing. The Majestic is the Empire's premier theater company. We will not sully its good name by granting refuge to a fluttering ball of fur. And furthermore, how in the world did this abomination board the Prima Vista in the first place?
Give me a moment. You made him sad, you dick. Oh, he's taking refuge behind Alma. That's adorable. I need to see what the Mughals of FF12 look like. They are very different. Hold on. I gotta see this. Nope. FF12 Mughal. Oh, they're cute! I like them! Okay, Gage, you played Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. Mont Blanc is the Moogle who forms the company with you. I played Final Fantasy Tactics Advance when I was a child. It has been a hot minute. By means of his wings, were I to guess. As for his admission to our company, I do not seem to recall race, creed, or allegiance on my list of prerequisites. Do you?
No, father.
Very well then. Mont Blanc, what is it exactly that calls you to the stage? Our stage?
What else? The Zodiac Brave story, Kupo. Never before have I witnessed something so amazing, so moving. Sitting well, technically hovering there in the audience, the story unfolded around me, I knew it. I was witnessing something special. Something positively transcendental, Kupo. It was then that I realized I either had to be a part of it, or go to my grave, a bitter and broken Moogle.
Was this realization before or after you swore you simply had to become the realm's greatest marauder, Kupo?
Aw.
Herdy, how did you...
That's him playing the harp.
Perhaps you'd have more success at running away if you didn't reveal your grand design to every other fool you happen to meet, Kupo. Was it not but 20 nights ago you took up the axe, Kupo? Now here you are professing your passion for the stage before carving even a single notch in your haft. Do you not remember, to he who churns the butter goes the sweetest bread?
Gage, you're going to absolutely hate yourself at the end of this quest. I'll drink plenty of water, don't worry.
But how is one to savor said buttered bread if his head is in the belly of a fearsome beast? You accuse me of giving up when I merely came to the realization that continuing would end in failure. Only through a change of course could I reach my final destination, Kupo.
And that destination is what, Mummer? Are you sure it is not Geomancer, Arithmetician, Templar? Do not bother answering, Kupo. We all know you'll be singing a different tune come cockcrow.
What did you say about cock? That is where you are mistaken, Herdy. I was destined to be a thespian. I can feel it in my fur. The role of Delita was made for me. Made for me! Kupo! Kupo! Enough.
Excuse me. Give me a moment. Oh god, I can hear my voice cracking already. Excuse me.
The actors in our company trained at the Empire's finest institutes. They represent the pinnacle of the profession not only in Garlemald, but across the entire world. A vagrant bat-mole like you can never hope to share a stage with such artists, let alone play a part of a hero like Delita. You yourself admitted you were too craven to face a solitary beast. How do you imagine you would fare against a pack of theater critics? Any troop would need proof of valor before I could even consider. Craven. Call me a cheat, call me cur, but do not, sir, call me Craven. I accept your challenge, slay but one foul beast by mine own hand, and the Majestic Theater Company will accept me into its ranks. Kupo. Wait, I issued no such. You are all here witnesses, Kupo. When I return with the head of a terrible beast in my gore-stained hands, you will be honor-bound to welcome me, Mont Blanc de Mama, into the fabled ranks of the Majestic. Good day.
Damn, alright.
Wonderful. What do we do now?
Oh god, I'm already regretting this.
What do? We do nothing. If that Batmole wishes to throw himself on the horns of a stampeding toe, I will not stand in his way.
I believe the proper term of derogation is molebat. And I should warn you, Mughals do not take kindly to those who use it. Is Mikoto correcting Ramza on slur usage? Oh god. Jesus fucking Christ.
All right. Thankfully, tomorrow's game is entirely voiced, but, you know.
Why must you always put yourself above others, brother? Did you not learn nothing from Argath's wretched example?
Mont Blanc would never have set off on his fool's errand had you not made the challenge. If anything befalls my brother, his blood will be on your hands.
Argath, you are the only one among us capable of locating Mont Blanc and preventing disaster. On behalf of my brother, I beg your assistance.
Yeah, all right. Mikoto, please don't. Good lord. Okay. Hold on, I need to check. Maya Capra, please take care of your partner. He's choosing the absolute worst voices possible for a very long quest line. Multiple voices, 3 in a row. He chose his bed. He has to speak in it. It's fine. It's fine. I'll be fine.
However did Ramza come to be so thoroughly obnoxious? He and his sister couldn't be more different.
Eventually, Ramza will chill out and I can use a different voice.
Brugers are prominent players in Evilisian legend, but none of the tales mention their capacity for flight. Something lost in translation, perhaps. You saw the poor Moogle. He won't last a day on his own. You must find him and bring him back, I beg of you.
I'm alright. I apologize. I must learn to control my anger, but sometimes it can be difficult. Mikoto, do you have something you want to say?
Shortly after arriving here, I was presented with a study which suggested that consuming large quantities of honey improved brain function. The results were so compelling that I almost felt moved to try it, until, that is, I saw the work had been commissioned by one of Eorzea's foremost confectioners. It made me long to return to Sharlayan. Forgive me, was there aught else you wished to ask?
There is so much I want you to say, because you have one of the easier voices for me to do. Don't you love how this has absolutely nothing to do with the raids themselves? Yes. Tell me of the Orosite.
In simple terms, I know.
No, please cook.
From what I have been able to discern, Orosite displays the uncanny ability to draw upon the will of its possessor and manipulate the formless ether into a corporeal manifestation. The resultant form can be maintained for as long as there is ether to sustain it. Principal Genomists has recently uncovered evidence which appears to corroborate my suspicion that Orosite is not naturally occurring substance, but one created to serve a purpose, albeit a purpose I have yet to identify. Despite being in the principal's possession for an extended period, the Odious exhibits none of the ethereal imprinting present in the Duma. In other words, the Orosite has yet to absorb any of Lord Genomists' aether. It is, for want of a better description, empty. Be that as it may, we still have no idea how it might be filled, its creators having neglected to include a removable stopper. Ahem.
I could go for a tasteless bread right now. No, not... Don't eat the bread, Mikoto. It's tasteless. No, not the bread in this quest. I could go for a tasteless bread right now. I love Mikoto being like, yeah, I found something that was commissioned by a confectioner to make it look... Like, Mikoto's out here talking about, like, unethical science being done. It's very funny.
As you saw in the ruins of Lysalia, the Duma makes manifest the desires of its owner on that occasion, Argath Thadalphus. When you defeated the would-be king, his ether was released from the Orosite and the attunement broken, rendering the crystal empty once more.
Oh, God.
My brother can be rather simple-minded when it comes to such matters. Thinking to impress the Warrior of Light and her companions, Mont Blanc would likely choose the scene of your recent exploit to prove his worth, meaning Rabanasta, if I am not mistaken.
Pardon my language, but that Ramza really is such an incurable little prick, is he not? How dare he speak to his sister and the Moogle in that manner? I couldn't decide which was worse, the things he said or the way the principal sat back and let him say them.
Lena, they're standing right there. Creation of Sharlayan Love is a violation of ethical science. It should all burn. And that's why it's good to do the Alchemist questline in Sharlayan. Don't worry, everybody. Aigeld Sjork fixed Archon Loaf.
But I suppose it is none of our concern. For now, let us concentrate on the task at hand, finding that Moogle before he does something we'll all regret. What say we start nearby? Pier number 2, perhaps?
Lena raises her voice just enough to be audible while she's gossiping. Once we finish this quest line, we'll go ahead and call it a night. All right. Anybody who's in the raiding party, you can go ahead and drop out if you'd like, since we're not going to be moving on to the second leg of the Evil East raid today. Yep. Yay! Ow. My fucking legs. Speak with Lena, Murila, or Hurdy on Pier 2.
The Falcon Porter tells us that he sent a traveling blacksmith away to Yansha, not a bell passed. And why would that be of interest to us, you ask? Because said peddler of iron and steel was seen to be carrying a bag stuffed to the brim with, and I quote, albino mole fur and purple bat wings.
Mont Blanc! Not that we look like that, Kupo.
The quickest route into Dalmasca is via the One River and its western tributaries. If Mont Blanc is bound for Rabanastre, he will seek passage from the Glittering Basin.
What's gonna be the closest... Oh, fuck off. Okay. Oh, right. Hold on. There we go. Much better. So many regrets. Stormblood Aetherites. Oh, everything's gotta be so fucking far apart. Goddamn. What are red chocobos doing here? Hey Mont Blanc, how's it going? You having a good one? Oopsie daisy. Fuck you. Oh, right. Level 70. Level 70 takes a little bit more work, I forgot. God, doing this quest was such a nightmare on launch. In, like, the best way. Oh, I bet. Yeah, I'm gonna need to crack into a bottle of water after this to help my throat. Mont Blanc, what were you thinking?
Have you any idea what you put your brother through? He's been worried sick.
Both Hurdy and Ramza were right all along. I am a failure. A flop. A flailing, flapping, foppish failure, Kupo. How could I play the part of a hero if I cannot even ruffle the feathers of a single measly Boyd? The audience would see right through me, like the spineless jellyfish I am.
Now, wait, Mont Blanc. Not everyone can be a hero. Not even most heroes. Yes, the bard singer, the man who deals the final blow, but what of his cadre of loyal companions? Do you think Delita united Ivalice on his own? Do you think Aigeld here was alone when she liberated Alamigo? I mean, it's fine. It's fine.
I did it entirely by myself. I'm super cool like that. You're never alone on the battlefield. Imagine 10 people trying to do this quest at the same time. 20 red chocobos dropping 20 chocobo meteors. Oh.
Never alone. So you're saying you'll always be there for me? For Mont Blanc?
Sure.
I think she was speaking metaphorically. Let us not dwell on the details. The day is saved, and Mont Blanc has escaped sans scratch or singe to show for it. We should return to the Prima Vista before our luck runs out.
Okay. Gopo.
I love that Stormblood canonizes the Warrior of Light and their 23 fishing buddies who do alliance raids. I mean, most raid series, like, genuinely speaking, most raids, dungeons, and bosses will, in one way or another, suggest that the Warrior of Light is not actually doing a lot of this stuff alone. Like, some of the... I want to say the fight with Susanoo would imply that there are enough people with the Echo basically all over the world that you could conceivably put together a party of eight Echo enabled individuals to actually be able to, like, fight a primal. I think Stormblood is the first time that it actually says, fortunately you have 7 companions nearby. Yeah, basically. But like most of the other raid series, just like, hey, see if you can go gather a bunch of people that want to go do something stupid. And you're just like, I bet I could find 23 people that want to go do some dumb shit. I bet I can find 23 people that want to put themselves in immediate danger. Shouldn't be too hard. I bet I can find 23 people to go to the literal actual void with me. Who have complicated relationships with math? Ah, piss. That's a gun.
Please, this ship is a place of peace. Piece of shit, more like. I'm sorry. Release my sister, or you will answer to me. There.
And the cat's away.
Put that damnable thing down, Ramsay. You're not helping matters. We have no quarrel with you or yours. We only seek aid in fighting our leader, Bagamnan.
Oh? You seek our help? You who threatened to kill my father? You stole his work and made fools of us? Never?
Silence, Ramsay. They have Alma. We will hear what they have to say. Oh, hey, is that Rhinoc in the back? The sister?
Wow. As I said, we have no quarrel with you. We only did what was necessary to secure an audience. We surrender all weapons and offer your journal as an act of good faith.
Oh, okay.
Fucking idiot, give him the gun! Oh, shit. Okay, sorry. My bad.
One, two, three. Yeah, that's her. Huh? This is all rather a lot to digest, but your claims do coincide with what we have learned about the other side. Uh-huh.
You're saying that Crystal did something to our captain?
There's 4 Banga total.
Oh. After being emptied of Agath's will, the Duma sought that of another to sate its appetite for ether.
Is Renok female? Hold on. Oh, yeah, okay.
You're saying that Crystal ate our captain? Not his body, no. Only his soul. Blah 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 blah. His soul?
Tell me, what in your opinion was your leader's deepest desire? Was it that he longed for what was it that he longed for above all else in the world?
Why waste your breath reasoning with these lizards?
Hey now.
They showed themselves for the beast they are when they put a knife to your throat.
Hey, why'd you say lizards like that, kid?
First mole bats, now lizards. This one's tongue is pure poison.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Oh shit. Oh shit, Kupo. The boy can call us what he pleases. For our past failings, we deserve no better.
Your failings?
30 summers.
Or, hold on, I'm giving him Mont Blanc accent by accident. Hold on.
30 summers have come and gone. Yet not a night goes by that I do not wake and sweat at the memory.
Do you sweat? Like... Okay.
We were Fusiliers in the Damascus army, stationed at the royal stronghold at Nalbina.
Oh shit. Nalbina Fortress was reputed to be impenetrable. Its fall to the 4th Legion proved a turning point in the Imperial campaign, dealing a crushing blow to Dalmascan morale and ultimately marking the beginning of the kingdom's end.
Uh-huh. Bagamnon was our captain, and once it was clear that the day would not be ours, Prince Rassler, commander of the garrison at Nalbina, tasked him with one final mission. Our unit was to escort His Highness's twin sister, the Princess Ashilia, away from the fortress and thence to safety. But things did not go as planned.
I still remember the words she uttered as she lay dying in the captain's arms, but a stone's throw from where the Garrismythe waterway drains into the sea. Even as the fog of death descended upon her, she smiled and told us, the very people who had failed her, to survive. For as long as even a single Dalmascan stood, our nation would never truly perish.
This is exactly the opposite of what happens in FF12.
But should it not have been us it should not have been us who survived. By failing to protect our charge, we betrayed the princess and her memory, and brought shame upon our race. So yes, we are not but cold-blooded lizards deserving of whatever scorn you designed to heap on us. Or deign to heap on us, excuse me. Fucked up my line, my bad. Please, call me another slur. I think we may safely assume a deep-seated hatred towards the invaders of this homeland, coupled with self-loathing born from a sense of powerlessness. The darkness that lurks in the heart of Bagamnan is little different from that which drove Argath, the selfsame emotions that were to nourish the Duma. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that makes sense. Stop speaking in riddles, Charlian. She's saying your brave captain will eventually turn into a monster, or rather, more of one. Congrats, you're continuing to be racist towards them, Ramza.
Galleon lies! If what they say is true, if we do not find Bagamnan and the Duma soon, none of us are safe, present company included. Do you have any idea where you might have gone? Any at all?
Oh. Wait, look at this. Something was added to the final page of my journal. They were also not siblings, but fiancés. Oh. Well, you know. The captain must have put it there. Only he had access to it. Until we found it in the pack he left behind, that is.
Is this Dalmascan?
Indeed. It says Ridorana.
A lighthouse? Why would he write that, and in the old man's journal, no less? There is a place on the Valnard Sea, far to the south of Rabanasta, where the ocean tumbles into a gaping maw more than a mile across, the Ridorana Cataract.
The Rideract Katarana?
No. Legend would have us believe it is the entrance to the Hell of Water. Many a scholar seeking to prove otherwise has descended into the chasm, some even by airship, but not a one has returned.
Ridorana? If it were up to me, we'd never go near the place. You see, we desert moogers are not, how would you say, in our element around water. Alright, we cannot swim. Sink like sledgehammers we do, Kupo.
Do I know of Ridorana? Of course I know of Ridorana. Now, have I been there? No. Cannot say that I have, Kupo.
We Banga live long. Any other race would think it a blessing, but to me and mine it is a curse. More summers mean more suffering.
It is all true. My brothers and I were fusiliers to the royal family, and Bagamnan was our captain. We laid down our flintlocks once we realized our failure.
Ever since laying hands on the Duma, Bagamnan has acted strangely. He began speaking to the stone as if it were Prince Rosler himself. At first, my brothers and I thought he was in jest, but he continued long after he thought it's all a bed.
Tell me, is Ridorana truly as magnificent as they say? Huh? You've never been there? And there I was thinking you might have something to contribute. Wow, fuck this kid.
The Bangar who took us hostage were once royal fusiliers. Whatever could have driven them to this life of villainy?
Failing their charge, clearly.
It appears yesterday's enemy is tomorrow's friend. But then, where does that leave us today? All I know about Ridorana I learned during my lessons on Dalmascan geography, where no mention was made of Evilesian legend. While Principal Genomist seems convinced of a connection, I believe I shall reserve judgment until more is known. Is there aught else you wish to ask of me?
Tell me of the Ridorana Lighthouse.
There is a place on the Valnard Sea, far to the south of Rabanasta, where the ocean tumbles into a gaping maw more than a mile across, the Ridorana Cataract. Legend would have us believe that it enters the Hell of Water. Many scholars seeking proof otherwise have descended into the chasm, some even by airship, but not a one has returned. Balanced on the lip of the raging gulf sits a tiny islet, atop which rises an ancient lighthouse. Its origins unknown. For centuries, the tower was manned by Damascan candlekeeps, who labored from dusk till dawn to warn sailors of the perilous drop. Since the kingdom's annexation, however, the structure has lain vacant, assuming it has not been claimed by the island's wildlife.
While I do not condone the British tactics employed by our trio of unwanted guests, I feel it would be remiss of me not to commend them on their immaculate musculature.
He's got a point. They are ripped to fuck. Experience has taught me that one ignores one's intuition at one's own peril, and sometimes most definitely does not feel, and something most definitely does not feel right about all of this. Given what the Empire did to the Bangas homeland, and the fact that we hail from you-know-where, do you think we should be worried? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Not like a well-choreographed routine to see you through the testing times. Oh, wonderful. A trip to the Southern Seas. Not that I will be disembarking, mind you. I admit, since arriving here in the south, there has been not a dull moment. Not that life back in Garlemald is dull by any means, only that you foreigners seem to embrace chaos where the sane man would seek to prevent it. Hello, G-Man. We're actually almost done here. For Sid... Oh, I don't want to do that. I'm not fucking touching that thing. That's way too much dialogue for me to read right now. What I wouldn't give to hear the Bangas sing some of their kingdom's traditional songs, but mayhap now is not the time. Ugh, God. Oh. Whew. Oh God, I gotta get ready to end the stream. Alright, I want to thank everybody for coming by this stream, just before we finish up this quest. If you enjoyed the stream, you can subscribe here on Twitch. We have special emotes for subscribers. You can also follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, and co-host at AcidXShark. That's AcidXShark, where I post all the streams as they happen. You can also follow me on YouTube at AcidXShark, where I post all the streams after they happen. Art for the stream, Chat Blocker was done by Isaac, whose work you can find on Twitter at _Knucklebone. That's _KNUCKLEBONE. Fantastic artist. Highly recommend checking out his stuff. His work has slowed down a bit because he got some new employment, but he has a fantastic backlog that you can check out to see some of his other work. VTuber was done by Audrey and B of Team Capel. You can find on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Tumblr, co-host at Team Capel. That's TEAMCATPLE. Also fantastic artists. Highly recommend checking their stuff out. Highly recommend commissioning them. And you should use their VGen if you do that. Don't email them. Alright, let's talk to Genomus. I must admit knowing little of Ridorana save that which Lady Mikoto shared with us. Before we expend valuable time and resources traveling to so remote a place, I must review my notes to see if there's any mention of the Abyss. We shall share our findings as soon as we learn aught of interest. Sounds like a plan. We're going to be going ahead and raiding Penelope, who is playing World of Warcraft right now, going from one critically acclaimed MMO to another. I want to thank everybody for coming by, and I'll see you next time on the Shark Stream. Same Shark time, same Shark channel. Take care, everybody. Oh, we're going to be doing Darksiders tomorrow, by the way. X-Men Origins Wolverine next week, and then Final Fantasy 14 on Thursday. Might be here on Saturday for Silent Hill 4. Can't promise anything. Bye-bye.